Welcome to FinFinch podcast, where we like to talk about all things to do with young people, neurodiversity and the education system. Specifically, we like to talk about alternative provision and how alternative education can be a real opportunity to create alternative pathways for those that don't fit the mainstream model. Hi, I'm Shona Fimmerstaff from FinFinch, and today I'm going to be reading aloud my article that I wrote for LinkedIn titled Dyslexic Time Management. When people talk about dyslexics, they usually say something like they find it hard to read and write. Well, that's not all it is, not all. Time management can be very difficult, if not impossible for some dyslexics. This isn't because we are lazy. Dyslexics live in the moment, and if we are spending time with you, this is the moment we are in. We might seem distracted as our minds drift and go off tangent because our conversation sparks new and exciting thoughts, but we are with you. In fact, all the interrupting we do while we are talking is due to the crazy thoughts that jump into our heads from your stimulating conversations. So don't be offended when the conversation seems to go off track. We're just super interested in investigating other avenues of the topic at hand. Dyslexics are always very intuitive. We are very empathetic and enjoy helping others. We have a passionate desire to problem solve and an overwhelming need to make others happy. I intensely feel other people's emotions, and I will drop everything to help someone if I can, feeling unable to leave until I've put a smile on their face. I didn't realize that was a dyslexic thing until recently. Dyslexics can often become immersed in problem solving and have difficulty stopping. We will keep coming up with new ideas and want to be sure we have looked at a situation from many angles, as well as wanting people around us to know we have done this. I am often told by my partner that I'm always talking. It's true. I do put in loads of detail that you might not need to know, but for some reason I feel the need to explain every little detail so that you know I tried my best to solve the problem. Dyslexics can be perfectionists and will hit a block at times. We can't move on till the project is exactly how we imagined it. Time will run away from us and we may not finish on time. Then we are labelled as time wasters, but actually we were in the project more than anyone else. We just couldn't get to the finish point because of our need for perfection and overthinking. One of our problems is that we are too focused. It is also very hard to stop when a dyslexic's imagination and creativity juices are flowing. The result of our work, however, will generally be innovative. Ever heard of thinking outside the box? Well, that's a dyslexic speciality. So what can be done to help us super focused dyslexics with our time management? Number 1, use a timer so you set yourself an amount of time to work on something and then have to take a break or stop for the day. Number 2, when tasks are set, start as soon as possible so that you have plenty of time to overthink everything as well as get it done on time. Number 3, place time slots in your diary which are specifically allocated to tasks, remembering that all our amazing ideas will take time to research, follow up and digest into the finished product. Number 4, when planning your time in your diary, allocate time for travelling. It is very common for a dyslexic to fill up their day forgetting that they also need time to travel to each activity or location. This may also require some research time, so you know how to make the journey. Number 5, spread your time out. You're not going to get a whole project done in one day, so plan to work on it regularly. Knowing you have more time tomorrow will help to not stress you out and allow you to stop each day. We need to sleep too, you know. Number 6, if one of the tasks seems scary and difficult, do that one first. Get it out of the way. It's probably not as bad as you imagined anyway, and you will feel so good that it's done and dusted. People would say I'm super organized and therefore it may seem like the above does not affect me. However, I would argue that the reason I'm super organized is because of the huge anxiety I suffer when I don't hit deadlines. Therefore, I have conditioned myself to work around it and follow the tips I suggested above. I hope this has been helpful, and if you would like to find more resources like this, please check out finfinch.co.uk. we also host a podcast interviewing people sharing experiences of growing up, neurodiversity, and the education system. I'm working hard to raise funds to purchase a site for a holistic education centre for young people that don't fit the mainstream education model. I would like to give special thanks to Kerry, and there's a link in the article to the original article that I read and inspired me and prompted me to write this article, which is more personal to my real life. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. The reason I'm reading this article aloud is for the benefit of some people who may struggle to read. I myself struggle to read sometimes, which might not come across as you listen to me read it, but I would ask you to be kind if I do stumble on my words or if I swap around a few words. It was very stressful for me to do this recording, but I wanted to make sure I put it out there because if I'm talking about neurodivergence and people learning in different ways, it's very important to me that I make my articles or the information that I share accessible to as many people as possible. If you have any suggestions of other ways we can make our learning resources more accessible, please do share that with us by emailing me at info@finfinch.co.uk. Thank you. FinFinch was set up to empower young people with the tools and confidence to achieve success. If you'd like to be part of our journey, please check out our website www.finfinch.co.uk or email us at info@finfinch.co.uk.